Okay, so today what we're going to learn how to do is make one of these bracelets. I call them the Boondoggle kind. If you're from the 90s like I am, you'll notice that this does look like a boondoggle that you used to make with the big fat pieces of plastic. This is your single link bracelet. We're going to make these bands right here. They're a lot thicker. I think they're prettier. Here's another one that we made. This one's a little bit bigger for an adult. So again, you can make the length any kind that you want to. So today we're going to make a cotton candy one for my daughter. She just got this yesterday, and she's been busy making everybody else, and we're going to make one for her. So what we're going to do is just start with one color. You can use as many colors as you want to. You're going to twist it into your figure 8, just like this, and then you're going to stick it on your, actually I'm going to use this side, your loom. Okay, so just like that, you got a figure 8. Then what you're going to want to do is take your next color, stretch it over the top, and one more, whoops, we're going to alternate and stretch it over the top. Okay, other videos are going to show you a little bit differently. I use this method. It's a little easier with my hands to do it this way for you. So you're going to start out, you're going to take the bottom loop, which is your figure 8, pull it from one side over the top, pull it from the other side over the top. And I just like to push it down, grab another one, and again, you want to make sure they line up, they don't overlap, and they don't get crisscrossed when you're pulling the bottom one up. Okay, so you added another one, pull over the top quickly, and there you go. Now it's not going to look like anything much when you first start, but it's going to start coming out. I'm going to pull it away from me as we're doing this. It's a little bit easier to do that way. So we're just going to keep going for a few here, and then I'm going to show you how I do it really easily. Okay, push it down. And I apologize, I have some essential tremor in my hands, so it takes me a second to loop sometimes. Nothing serious, my hands just shake. Sometimes it's hard for me to grab that loop. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so you can see it's starting to poke out here, right on the side. We're going to keep going until we get a bigger part to grab. Push it down, over the top, push it down. You get the idea. Goodness. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of a tail going on. I'm going to pull it away from me, and what I do is I hold it with my left hand, because I'm a righty, and I like to do things one-handed if I can. So now what I can do, I don't know if you can see this, is I can just put the the band right on here with one hand, push it down with my thumb, still holding that part away from the loom that I have in my left hand. Pull underneath, and as I'm pulling down, it kind of helps not to get those bands crisscrossed. Of course, I say that and then it crisscrosses anyway. Okay, so now I can just work one-handed. It's harder for me personally to work two-handed, just because I do shake, and I'm better with my right hand usually. So why don't you go ahead and do this. We're going to repeat that pattern again, making sure to grab from underneath, push down, and pull out at the same time when you are done with your pulling up with your little needle, and just keep repeating. Okay, one thing that I didn't mention is that I'm holding this loom in the air just for the sole purpose of you being able to see what I'm doing and how I'm pulling on this with my 2 fingers, using this, my right hand, my dominant hand, to do the rest of the work. Normally I would put it down here and do it, but I think it's harder for you to see. So we're coming to the end of our loom here, or the end of the length of the bracelet that we want. So I'm going to put my last one on. I'm going to wrap the last bottom one. Now we're going to get our C-clips. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. I've had to adapt it again because it's a little bit harder for me to get this clip around here. So you can take your little clip. Looks just like a C here. Well, jeepers. See what I mean? Okay, I'm going to set this down hoping that you can see what I'm doing. Now what I'm going to do, you've just looped your last bottom loop, so I'm going to pick up that loop with my hook here. Okay, just like that. And this is going to allow me, maybe, I should have picked it up with the other hand. I'm trying to do everything towards the camera. Not working out. Okay, so you can see me kind of shake here. So what I do is I pull it taut up just like this so that it's easier for me to hook the clip. So right there I've gotten my clip right through those loops. I'm going to take my hook out. I'm going to pull it off the loom, and you're going to notice that you have your two little bands that are not attached. Pull those right out. They come right out. And now we've got our beginning side of the loom that we used. I'm again going to hook it through the last band here so you can see. Take my C-clips and attach it again by stretching it out. It makes it a little easier for me, and if you have a hard time seeing, or if you're old like me and you want to be cool and make these with your kids, this is how I do it. So see, it goes on a lot easier than trying to fiddle with it by holding the end and putting it on with your fingers. And there we have it. We're just going to kind of make sure the C clip stays on there. And we have our little cotton candy bracelet. Should fit her just right. All right, so you've now watched a 36-year-old make a band of a loom bracelet. All right, check out my other sites. Check out my other posts for other DIY projects. Take care.